Well, hello. We're almost at the business end of this year's Elite Under-17 Girls Schools Championship. Definitely we shall have a new champion this morning at the Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence. As Brong Ahafo takes on high-flying Northern Region in all this very tight affair. Well, it's a peculiar story for both teams, never considered in this tournament, but that record certainly will be smashed this morning. Northern coming through the right channel, while Brong Ahafo coming through the left channel, led there by the captain of the side, Maria Kubila. There'll be a bit of caution to Asante region because Brong Ahafo was out defending champions, Central region, just a few days ago on this particular turf via the penalty spot. And that is a team currently flying high at the moment. What a tournament they've had. And Richard Dramina maintains the starting 11 that did the business for her yesterday, with Fadila Musa once again starting this game. There will be a bit of Azule, the goalkeeper of the side, who sits out of this game due to injury. That is a big blow to them. But there's Kumfa Sandra. There is also Maria Kubila in this starting lineup. There's South African Paul. So the match officials on your screen, led by Hannah Odro. There is Angela Lobu and also Abeta Jew and Wasila to Ibrahim will be the fourth official in today's game. So we have five of them actually. And Annabelle Abredu also in your shots. And here's the northern side, led by the ever-present skipper of the side, the centre-back, Yusuf Mukurama. And Suleiman Suria will be the player in between in the two sticks for them. They've got Rasida Kasim, Jabir Suria, Zuera Yakubu, and all the way to Muhammad Ruhia, who is on 4 goals at this tournament. Suleiman Asawa scored yesterday and hoping to refit that particular feat. Interesting since here after we get to see a lot of people. Let's making your way to the Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence to enjoy this particular game. Look like we're almost getting ready here for the next 70 minutes. That will be split across to 2 half 35 each. So the officials just checking the net and ensuring that everything is set as we get to go. Northern will be playing from left, clouded in a yellow top with a stripe of black list across the shirt. But it's a black shot for them. But here's Brong Ahafo out in all pink this morning. Rohia equally on 4 goals, but the top scorer chat being led by Beckham Gozi of Ashanti region at the moment. She will not be on the turf because they failed yesterday to break through. Looks like Brong Ahafo will begin this one. Referee getting ready. Hannah draw of Brong Ahafo region in charge of this one. One of the promising ladies who came through the Catch Them Young policy. So there we go for the first 35 minutes here. And we get to see what these two teams has to offer. You watching more this moment. Oh, but currently a bit of crowding at the right-hand side goes back to Yusuf Mukurama. Finds Yakubu all the way to the goalkeeper, currently out. Northern just taking their time to caress the ball around. Currently with Huzaifa brings it back and picks Yakubu. Brought into midfield for Suleimana Sawa. Skipper of the side once again will press and start batting. They will have to use the flanks. Goes out of play looking for Rashida Kasim. But arrives at the scene a bit late. What a game we're enjoying here. Just a few minutes into the game, we're in Northern region beginning to increase the tempo and the altitude of this particular game. And Brong Ahafo equally not settling at their base. They're really coming out in their numbers. So a lot of ladies here. Skip on your screen. Maria Kubila will be taking charge of the midfield battle. You need to be very wary of the back line of Northern Region as Rashida Kasim gets ready to take this particular one. All in terms of the standing as it ended yesterday. A lot of drama at plenty after match day 5. That saw lots of shifts, lots of twists and turns within the last 5 minutes of the group stages. With a lot of pendulum swinging at the point we saw Central Region in a poor position to make the final, only to be heartbroken in their final touch by Messi Akivwa, who is on the turf. Also have got 4 goals to her name. Once again, will be the spot on sub or super sub will be coming off the bench. But there's a bit of concern here for Brong Ahafo. Ball goes out. Not looking on to pile the pressure. And the dignitaries here in your shot, led by Black Stars goalkeeper trainer Fatal Dauda, a former Black Stars goalkeeper as well. But here's the lovely killer brought across, comes off the head. Oh, Dorothy Kunedu. As Fadila Musa gets ready to deal with this one. Only got opportunity after Lorenza Zule got injured and came in the closing stages of yesterday's game. Lovely spills to the ground. Yeah, oh, she managed to just swam her around it. That's a great stuff there from the deputy goalkeeper for Brong Ahafo, Fadila Musa, who is a student of Wenchi Methodist Senior High School. Just look at the delivery. It looks everybody, even those in the yellow, spills to the ground and just bounce off into her arms. Strong battle there from Yusuf Mukrama, brings it up front. And this moment, they're just taking their time. That's another clumsy challenge. As Zuera Yakubu stays on the turf together with Sewa Frimpong of Brong Ahafo. That's a high clash there. Out, definitely sending her leg into that particular challenge. Faith Sieboa equally in some deep pain as she sits on the turf. I'll talk about Brong Ahafo region coming to this particular competition. They have just scored 5 goals in this tournament. Not so much like that of Ashanti, who have 12. Nothing for themselves. If you have scored 9 goals, some of the players from Upper West sitting at the far side of the pitch enjoying this particular game. So 2 players for 1 goal. So Afrin Pong on 1, as well as Fetsi Bois also on 1 for Brong Ahafo. And they have a free kick here to be taken by Chati. White Pen goes for the long drive there. Cause a bit of trouble there. And that's a perfect touch from the goalkeeper. But what about that for a delivery? Quality there, aided by the wind. Just belting it. Oh, just look at it again. Wall thickened, wall laced, looking for the top spots there. And just needs a magnificent hand to parry it away. Unless to keep Northern Region in this intriguing encounter. It's just up front. He's headed back to Fadila Musa, who managed to just pick it up because there was a bit of danger looming from the lady in the 7 jersey for Northern Region, Sofian Fatimata. It's been a bit slow to proceedings here. It's a slow start to proceedings. Fatimata, she's been dispossessed. It's brought back by Bolo. Rashida Kassim, Bitul there. Runs forward. There's a lot of yellow shirt trying to open up in the box of Brong Ahafo. And it's just out. Once again, the ball just running out of when it matters most around the map of the penalty area. Six minutes into the game, and the virginity of the game is still intact, yet to be broken. But Nottingham do have a corner kick from the far right-hand side. Well delivered there in search of Sufyan Batmata. Goes, bounces off the turf. Jabiru searching for it. It's picked by Bukari. Drags it wide onto the far side, but straight into the arms of Fadila Musa. Once again, who don't think twice, but will just pick it up. Sawaf Fimpon. Not really getting the services up front as he requires of a midfielders. It's not just coming. But probably they are now trying to get into the game themselves. Yes, Chate Waipen goes to the ground. All stays on the turf. Fight picked by Abukari. And once again, just ruling out. That's Elizabeth Abukari. There was the movement there, the slick movement from Chate Waipen there, closed in by the lady in 5, Jabiru Suraya. Well, a couple of them is going to be another long throw in. But just goes to the ground because he was in search of Abdullah Huzaifa, who himself have got 2 goals in this tournament. I've scooped 1 or 2 MVPs. Abdullah Huzaifa. And once again, Nordin do have a free kick at this very near side because it'll be taken by Suleimana Sawa. Probably really did not have the height, but she's got the leg to deliver this one. It's been across there, in search. It could be a bit trouble. Bounces off the turf. There's a bit of chase from Mohamed Ruhia, but it's just too late. And crosses the bar line. What a game there. Another scary moment coming away of Nordin. Of Brong Ahafo. Beg your pardon. Who are just sitting at the back at the moment. Then you can see why the Fadila Musa is a bit furious with the defensive line. As Nodi once again will press the restart button here. Sawa drags the ball, looking for a bit of opening. Looks for Rashida Kassim, picks it up. There's a bit of closing from Bolo. Kassim, there'll be another A-swinger into the box. But again, that is another poor delivery from the left back. But that's a clever run up front. Such a workaholic player, Rashida Kassim, together with right back, Abukar Elizabeth. They really aided the services of Yusuf Mukarama very well at the back. Well, 10 minutes into the game, nothing to show for, nothing to be excited about between Brong Ahafo and Northern Region. All finished tops of their group. But here was another exciting duel there, but it's been won by Brong Ahafo with Benedicta Ponsa. Just running a track. The coach for Brong Ahafo, Rita Dramina, a short while ago, up on a fit. And this for Northern Region, Abdullah Deko. Then you can see the expression written on their faces. It's a cagey affair here. Then less than 60 minutes to determine who wins this year's edition of the Elite Girls Under-17 Girls Coach Championship. Delivery in search of South African pawn will be picked by Northern Region. Ruhia, that's a lovely run there because a bit of running into the channel from Hamida comes across there. Oh, it looks everybody. The end, not the best of touch from the leading 10. Abdullah Hoseifa, the top scorer, just couldn't really tap it home. Oh, that's another panic moment for the home side in this fixture. Brong Ahafo just leaving the door. Their backs open, widely open. We're here once again. Fails to just lift her head. Chatty White Pen wanted to find a way to close Fatimata up. And the 1-2 partnership breaks down on the right hand side. We've done 12 minutes into the game. And so far so good. It is Northern Region leading in a key start of this game in 12 minutes. Lots of promising catches at go. Fatimata hacks onto it, bit Joy to Kunedo. And that's a clever way to pick it off at first. And guess who just came into that challenge? It's Kumfa Sandra. Lot of movements, lots of defending for Brong Ahafo and lots of incursions by Northern Region. This is the ultimate game of this year's edition. Delivered across again, loses everybody, drops to the ground, spills off, and will pick by Rashida Kasim. Dolo closes in. It's picked by Benedicta Ponsam, but there's nobody up front. And into no man's land. Will be picked by Abukari Elizabeth. Sawa couldn't really pick it, not even Hamida. Fatimata tries to close in. Chatty White Pen, not the best of defending. And the referee, Hannah Odro, definitely just blowing a whistle to Alice Kettle issues there. Just too heavy for Sofiane Fatimata to pick. But that foot-up challenge, after just throwing her leg in the air, but she rather went down. Once again, causing a bit of trouble. Brought inside by Yusuf Mukarama. And there'll be a bit of throw in here on the far side by Rashida Kasim. Ever busy, ever present on the far side. And referee once again spotting something because Abdullah Hoseifa was just looking to cause a bit of menace at that far side. And the referee, who was just close to the action, whistling for it. Well, free kick to be taken by Brong Ahafo, and it's Chatty White Pen to take it. It's going to be a long delivery. That's a long whip inside in search of South African pawn. Is headed out, stays inside, bounces off the turf. Lots of pressure mounting now inside Northern Region's penalty box, but it's taken out gradually by Abdullah Hoseifa, who hacks onto it. Not the best of first touch. Brings it into midfield position. Ruhia will not be picked. There's to be a big run here from Northern. Ruhia onto against Kufa Sandra. Turns it. And that's the idea to just send the ball a bit wide to the right-hand side. Not a very clever idea. Just fails to pick the balance. It's the 10 of not as Brong Ahafo to attack here. And it's Yakubu who got the better of South African pawn. We've done 60 minutes in this KG affair, in this final of the Elites Under 17 Girls Schools Championship. Brong Ahafo 0, Northern 0 at the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence in Pram Pram. Abukai. Yakubu. And there's another poor offensive onslaught. Breaks down, picks by Kunedu. Charter White Pen pulls out for a train advantage. And it's left for Kumfasandra to take. Rather Kunedu taking it. Kunedu once again will whip it out front. So that's a lovely touch there. Not to anybody, but managed to fall back to win it. That's Fetieboa. Another poor onslaught, poor decision from Fetieboa. And you can understand why the lady leading their line, so Afrin Pond, is a bit mad with the way she just hits that ball into the D. Not the kind of first half you want to see from these two teams. The tempo have been a bit down, and you can understand why. Everybody's just sitting on the fence, probably just looking to catch them on the offensive with those long drives into the penalty area. It'll be a long throw in. Rashida Kasim to take it. Long one in search of Sawa. Has been picked by Kunedu. And then will go once again. Bit of sprinting at the far side. Force back. Benedicta Ponsa managed to get her legs around it. The crazy challenge there. Fatimata wins it. Lifts it for Huzaifa. Big run. And it's just been stopped by Chati Waipen. It seems to be everywhere on the turf actually. So much energy from this young lady. Plays for Jabba ladies. Chate Waipen. And the Northern region do have a corner kick. So this is a trophy. A new name will be inscribed on this trophy this morning. Because certainly defending champion Central Region and out. And we have Northern and Ahafo who are really scoring it here. Corner kick floated across, drops to the ground. Also a bit of tape from Hamida. Not a clever touch. Rashida Kasim. And Fadela equally has got the hands to just pick it up. Oh, that was the delivery from the left back. Just to not have the venom laced around it. 19 minutes. 15 minutes more in this half. And it's still barring between the two teams. Well, Ahafo top their group. Group A with 11 points. Whilst Northern top Group B with 13 points. And never conceded. That's a big head at that big collision. Rashida Kasim in a bit of trouble there. Referee, now draw. Oh, issue a bit of caution. That was the challenge there coming from Abdullah Wazefa. That gives Northern Region the opportunity to take this particular free kick. And once again, you can see lots of the ladies pushing into the penalty area of Brong Ahafo. The likes of Hamida, Ruhia, ever present, and even Sofian Fatimata and Huzefa all just lacing around the 18-yard of Brong Ahafo. There'll be a bit of kiwi now. He's headed out. Maria Kubila races the skipper of the side. Takes a time, beats the marker. But again, they recover Jaberu. And it's poured out by Dorothy Kunedu. Yes, we're here. Long headed out by Kumfasandra. And there's a bit of big collision there. And she picks a big knock on her shoulder. That's a long run from Benedicta Ponsa. That was hacked onto the ground from that very strong tackle. $21. Few minutes left in the game. All bits of the Central Region players enjoying themselves under the tree, on the far side. Equally making some dancing moves. And so far so good. Will be another long throw-in as we are midway through this game. Just slowly taking the steps back to take the throw-in. Rashida Kasim. She's been a real trailblazer at the far side. With those overlapping run, cheeky overlapping runs. Juberu. There's a bit of concern here. So Afrin Paul no pick it. It's brought back to Yusuf Mukarama, who whips it up front. It's stopped by Dorothy Kunedu, picked by Northern through here. Placed into Abdullah Huzaifa, keeps it on the turf. Northern trying to stretch the game apart now and open up Brong Ahafo's defensive tightness. Not the kind of emergency you're expecting these two teams to exhibit. Probably you need to understand they've played so many games already. And most of them is very, very tired legs. Setting in for most of these young players. Ball stays in the half for Brong Ahafo. Juberu will get ahead to it. Maria Kubila, that's a lovely piece of skill from Benedicta Ponsa. Yakubu. Yusuf Mukarama all the way back to your goalkeeper. Suleiman Azaria. Looks like Northern Region have won for themselves new fans here. And here it comes, looking for the lovely fit of row here. Takes so much time. Ball spills behind her. They've already played 350 minutes in this competition, Northern Region. So very, very tired. Yes, Abukari. And the ball have been left in favor of Brong Ahafo to take. Also, they have had a game. One more game than Brong Ahafo. So, though these two teams have been at it at the beginning of the start of the competition, but Brong Ahafo have a bit of fresh legs coming to this one because of the number of games they've played. That's a lovely one to whip it out of the back there. The final touch from South African Pond stays inside the mouth of the penalty area. Headed out by Yusuf Mukarama. And finds... Looking for Maria Kubilat, the skipper of the side, goes to the ground. It's picked up by Hamida. Yes, Akubila lovely. Want to split the ball to Benedicta Ponsa. It's brought back to midfield for Mohamed Ruhia, picked by Hamida. Huzaifa trying to create a bit of space. Suleimana. On the best of touch. 10 minutes more left. Then we bring this first half proceedings to an end. Deliver across and it's just worked out of danger. Abukari just got a pace. Ruhia tries to open it, goes past 2-3, and it's been stopped by Kumfa Sandra. What a run there from her. Abukari Elizabeth. "26 minutes. It's a bit slow, but there will be opportunity for Chate Pen to roast the ball up front for Brong Ahafo region. And obviously looking for the lady. So African Pom by the pick her. And effectively, Ruhia. Haxon gives out possession. It's brought by Dorothy Kunedu. And Bolo. And the ball is out. Or their coaches edging them on. That's South Pong on your screen. On the best official expression. As the referee asks that the ball should be brought out for the throw-in to be effected. Hannah drove Brong Ahafo in charge of this particular game. So far, so good for her. And all the referees who are currently on the turf. Bukari wins for the team. A free kick. And she lifts it for her skipper to take, Yusuf Mukarama. Will be a long hit up front. And stopped by the other captain, Maria Kobila. Tipped into the center by Bolo. There's a big run here in search of Feti Yeboah. And she has been hacked onto the floor by the ever-present Abukari Elizabeth. Very, very strong there. Do not really have the legs, but have the ability to stretch it. Brong Ahafo piling on the pressure. That's a poor touch. It's back to the middle of the field, picked by Francisca Siedua. Cleared by Yusuf Mukarama. It looks to everybody. Chate Pen decides to return it into the half of Northern region. And once again, it's Suleiman Asawa, or forced back to help with defensive duties. There'll be a bit of chasing here. Latifa Husseini to take it. Going to be a long throw in headed back by Hamida. Nodding, just trying to run out of pressure. On the best of touch, awkward touch. Bounces off Dorothy, headed in. Fatimata is stopped by Fadila Musa. It's kept on a turf. Ruhia, she's got a strength. Sensing a grander and is easily picked up at the very near post by Fadila Musa. Was a bit jittery yesterday when she came on. She's been spot on so far in the last 30 minutes. Rashida Kasim. Drops in the middle. There's a bit of push there. Referee thinks that it's just too feeble to call for any whistle. Prab went down too easily. Sent back to the path of Benedicta. Picks it. That's a strong challenge from Kasim. Bolo. And they've given that possession. Here's Uzaifa in search of Ruhia. And it's just hammered away by Dorothy Kunedu. Oh, the ladies just failing to keep the ball on the turf at the moment. Struggling at the moment to just keep the ball on the turf because Jaberu has a lift for Hamida. And another interception. And just runs out for a 3 advantage. Rashida Kasim just taking their time to go and pick that particular ball. Just reminding you that we've had 60 goals in this competition from match day 1. And all teams have scored in this competition. So it tells you that in terms of the average, in terms of goal per region, it's been 0.5 for each. You'll be chatting by pen to take this one. It's going to be a long drive because we are almost into the closing stages of this first period. Just 3 minutes left. You stop in the middle. Brings out front looking for South African Palm, picked by Yusuf Mukarama. Yes, Hamida. Taking her time, scanning the area. Looks for the run of Huzaifa. Chatting by pen closing in at the far end. Goes to the ground there, referee. Will have none of that. Got it tangled a bit. As she stays on the turf. Well, we'll get to see that situation. So here's it. That movement from Huzaifa. And a stop there from Chati Waipen. Breaks her way into the penalty area. Was there really a bit of contact? No, absolutely no contact. So that's a clean tackle. 33 minutes, and there's a bit of stoppage here for the girls to have that deep conversation among themselves. Once again, Brong Ahafo, coach here in your shot. Rita Dramina. Well, she'll be escorted out. Benedicta Ponsan. And once again, we've got so much of dignitaries here. The Black Princesses head coach is equally here in your shot, enjoying that chat with Fatal Dauda. Maybe just reminiscing those days when they used to play for the Black Stars. Equally, the technical director is here, Professor Minta, and is headed out by Chate Waipen. Post out, rolls out. Few seconds left in this first half exchange. And it's still barring between these two teams. Brong Ahafo 0, Northern 0. Maybe, just maybe, game will be springing to life in the second half where it will all be decided. Kasim with a long throw, in a bit of trouble there. Picks on the chest. Sofiane Fatimata, ball goes behind. And referee points to the corner kick spot. Looks to be the last chance of this particular half. And this is where Brong Ahafo needs to be careful. So there's going to be a corner kick. And you can see so many of the Northern players, including the centre back, Yusuf Mukarama, the skipper of the side, have just joined the fray. So we're doing 2 minutes of additional time in this game. Hamida. She's got a few options on the far side. It'll be brought in, killed in, but just comes off. Latifa Fuseni. And there'll be another stoppage. Probably came off the referee. That's Chate Waipen. With a long delivery up front, finds Sewa Frimpom. Huzaifa gets into the challenge, wins it. Referee waits on advantage. Here's Maria Kobila. Brilliant play now from Brong Ahafo. Bolo, that's long one on it. Looking for Ponsan. Zaria got into the challenge. That's a brave goalkeeping. And stays on the turf after just get into that grueling challenge with the goalkeeper. Latifatu Husseini. But what about that for a delivery from Bolo? Hakori. And you can just see Yakubu just trying to get back to a goal post quickly. And there'll be a bit of stoppage here. That's a lot of movement. This was the incident. Lopped over the defense. And that's a big run from South Africa. Already have got a goal in this tournament. Looking to increase the tally. But unfortunately, she was stopped by Suleiman Azaria. Altutungli Unity ladies. The 2 minutes are up. And perhaps you'll be just the referee will be the center of attention at the moment. As the players just, not in players, just draw a bit closer to their goalkeeper that's receiving the treatment. And this is the lady, Chate Waipen. Could be breaking into maybe, just maybe, one of the standout players in this tournament. Sewa Frimpong continues to receive that treatment. Lopped over the defense. And the goalkeeper, for a moment, forgot about the ball and just went straight into Sewa Frimpong. So we're hanging on here and just reminding you about this tournament, the Elite and the 17 Girls Schools Championship. So some of the players who partook in this tournament equally here to at least throw a bit of weight behind the two teams that are playing. Just enjoying themselves today. No action for them. They get to be spectators. So the Black Princesses also here in their numbers. At least to enjoy this particular game as they prepare for the World Cup later this year. Most of them coming through this particular path. The championship path. Oh, lovely footwork there from Bolo. Finds Francisca Siedua. And there'll be another lovely round here. Breakthrough pass. Yusuf Mukarama in here. Nobody's there. And it's hammered away by Abukar Elizabeth. Just everywhere. Just everywhere. Well, what about that movement? Once again, started midway through the half of Northern Region. Hit it wide. And the final touch from Benedicta Posa certainly not just having the quality to cause any upsets. But they have the merits of taking this corner kick. It'll be a long one. The Isuga comes out. Francisca Sidua misses it. Forced to Abdullahi Huzaifa. Long drive in search of Ruhia. There's a bit of concern here. 1-on-1. Picks it on the first. Olo to 10. The defender in out. Fatimata is arriving on this far side. Hangs on. Oh my goodness. There. Just wasting it. Yes, a bit selfish on that occasion. Well, certainly, and that concludes it for this particular first 35 minutes. What a way to close this particular half. Drama at plenty from both ends of the field. It's halftime at the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. It's Brong Ahafo 0, Northern 0. So we're getting ready to come back here. The Black Princesses in your shot who are preparing for a tournament later in Poland when it comes around on September 5th to 27th. And they are in Group C alongside France, South Korea, Ecuador. And that should be a big, big group, Group C. So we're getting ready for the second half installment of the game. And the referee, Hannah Odro, who is at the center of this particular game. Also reminding you that we've got lots of the referees around who took charge of these matches. We've seen more than 20 matches played in a space of 5 days. So the likes of Sufa Zuma, Abeta Mwaku, Wasilatu Ibrahim, Temolebe Mabel Odro, Christiana Agbelenyo, Juliana Ente, and Dachuble Nazifa, Abrado Annabelle Belinda Jadu, Angela Alobu, Didi Selma, and the rest. So there we go for the second half, 35 minutes to make that decision of who runs away with this coveted trophy in this year's edition of the Elite Under-17 Girls Coast Championship. I was just taking you through the list of the referees that were selected for this year's tournament. Edie Salma, one of the assistant referees in this tournament. Cynthia Asandem, Chakbo Angela, Jao Alberta Jema, who currently is part of the officiating crew. Then we have Shane Joyce, who was part of the crew yesterday. Today she is watching from the sideline. Then Mary Bwedua Kosa, Ifatu Ibrahim, and of course Princess Nkansa. They're back to the field now. Nodding, now playing from right to left in your short in their yellow top and the black short. Whilst Ahafo are clouded in the pink outfits, now playing from left to right. And they are missing the presence of their number 1 shotstopper, Lawrence Azule. Oh, that's whipped inside by Francisca Siedua. Stopped by Abuka Elizabeth. Brings in looking for Suleimana Sawa. And you can understand that the tempo of the game is beginning to hit that altitude in the second half because this is a decision half. If it stays this, we will have to go for the penalty spot to separate these two teams. And you'll be expecting some changes from the coaches as well. And for not Brong Ahafo, they've got Messi Akivwa, the lady who is on 4 goals. Super Sap could come in to at least cause a bit of change. Then there's also Saudi Haruna and Grace Inketia Yeboah. But it's hammered away by Chatewai Pen out of that Rangers area. Ever present, ever dependable. And for the northern side, they've got Musa Aisha. This was Teresa Dahmani. Quite surprising she's not starting today's game, considering the magnitude of this game. And there's Andani Nasara and Musa Fuseinia. But there's a bit of trouble in here for here. First touch, lets her down into the arms of Fadila Musa. That is another nerve-wracking moment for Brong Ahafo. So 2 cities watching on with so much intent. Sunyani and Tamale really have got their eyes stuck onto this game happening at the moment. Abukari will be going for the throw-in. And the direction of the wind, certainly at the left-hand side. Well, that's why Brong Ahafo we need to be careful because just a simple tap from Northern could be a bit disastrous if no well dealt with. Suleimana is out, and the lady who is in charge of the set pieces this morning, Abukari Elizabeth, the right back, is going to be a long throw into the channel in search of Hamdia. Will not pick her, rolls out, and we brought back Jaberut, and it's not be kept on the turf. 3 minutes into this particular second half department. Or just reminding you of the starting lineup for both teams. There's Suleimana Zaria in between the two sticks for Northern Region. There's also Abubakar Elizabeth, who is playing from the right back position. There's Kasim Rashida, also Jaberu, who is in the middle. And there's also Yakubu. There's Sofiane Fatimata, Mohamed Hamida, led by the ever hardworking Mohamed Ruhia, who is leading the line for them. Together with the skipper of the side, Yusuf Mukarama. Or it's the last block there. The lady I was just talking about, Yusuf Mukarama. Just jumping to pick that ball. Yes, Latifatu, but Northern Region trying to break away. Once again, out this very near side, and it's well touch there from Kumfa Sandra. Oh, 39 minutes. And it's another bit of malice there, halted by the referee. Hanal draw. And it's going to be a free kick here for Northern Region to be taken by Rashida Kasim. And you can see Maria Kubila drawing a bit closer, but asked by the referee to take some few steps back as they get ready for this free kick to be taken by Suleiman Asawa. Suleiman Asawa to deliver this one into the penalty area, floated across there, headed away by Francisca Siedua. And goes the other way around. Means that the pressure will still stay. And it will just be around. And Brong will have to find a way to deal with it. Or just saw the round of Messi Akiva warming up a bit. And there's also Feti Eboa, who is on your screens at the moment. So Feti Eboa, one of the players that have been very, very consistent, plays for Sunyani Senior High School. He has delivered back into the D for Brong Ahafo. They need to be careful. He's coming away by Chatty White Pen, ever present. Just managed to intercept it. And you can see issuing a few of instruction, giving a bit of signal to her colleagues to be a bit red hot alert at the back. Miscommunication comes here on the final attack from Huzaifa, and it's just picked up firmly by Fadila Musa. Very comfortable in between the two sticks. You don't really feel the absence of Lorenza Zule. Bolo running here. There's a bit of opening, and it's been stopped by Abubakar Elizabeth. Once again, the diminutive figure always running to stop those runs from the tunnel. No spaces for Brong Ahafo. It has been very compact at the back. There will be another long throw-in. It's headed out, picked by Gbolo. Rashida Kasim gets it away, finds Abdullah Huzaifa. Maria Kubla will have a touch. Benedetta Ponsa. Gbolo. Back to Hamida. That's a big run there. Looking for the sprinting of Rohia. But it's just been brought out. Big touch there by Feti Eboa. Rohia Bete Maka. And again, that will be double marking. Not giving her any sort of opportunity to at least decide for herself for even a second. Double marking. And I think that is the way to go when you know the threats, the animals of the threat she poses up front for Northern Region. Tormentor in chief. And just talking about Mohamed Ruhia and where she's been very, very wonderful for Northern Region throughout this competition. If you really care to know. Scored one against Elite on match day 1. Also had another one against Upper West on match day 2. And equally scoring against Ashanti on match day 3. And yesterday, match day 5, equally getting a 4th of the tournament. And that will be a corner kick. Floated across. Jabiru comes through her legs. Bolo has it. And she's looking for the run of Sewa Frimpong. Is headed back into the territory of Brong Ahafo. It's chip over out wide for Suleimana to pick. Miscommunication there. This could be a bit worrying. And that's a poor decision there. Very erratic pass. And just goes out once again. And you can see lots of opening here. And Abdullah was a bit disappointed that she was not picked out by Suleiman Asawa. You see Mukarama, not a perfect touch. Hamida. And we get to see Ruhia. That's awkward touch there. And then just dragging wide in the opposite direction, kept by Abdullah Hussefa. But has he got the legs? Absolutely not. Because the ball has just ruled out 43 in advantage to Brong Ahafo. But we might get to see the star lady, the super sub. Messi Akivwa. Was just getting set from where we sit in the commentary booth, just around the touchline. Ball back into the middle. There's a bit of challenge there. Won by Bolo. Should be stopped by Bukari. She scored assistance of Juberu. Goes to the ground. The referee gives it as a train set piece. So that was a challenge. So we get to see a new player coming in. And it is game over for Fitz. Yeboah Frimpong will be coming out of the game. And we get to see that lady, Messi Akivwa. 2 goals against Upper East on match day 4. 1 against one of the opponent, that is Greater Accra, on a match day 5. And in a run for the top scorer spot, that is currently and majestically being led by Beckham Ngozi Wadibi of Ashanti region, who is on 5 goals. Can she gets hold of the ball, rolls out. That's Rashida Kasim. There's going to be a long throw in from Rashida Kasim, who is currently now playing from the left-hand side. Very, very good sprinter, Luz Elizabeth, but will be mopped out by Yusuf Mukurama. A bit of chase coming from Chate Waipen. Who fails to keep the ball on the turf. Also, we've done 11 minutes into this particular half, less than 25 minutes to go. And so far, it's not been promising for the two teams in terms of the chances that have been created so far. There's been short of supply. Oh, the ball will stay out. And Northern Region will have the opportunity to bring it forward once again. And that will be picked up by Elizabeth Abukari. Ball bounces onto the turf. Eludes Bolo. She picks it. Rashida Kasim have drifted infield. She's bitten to it. There's a bit of trouble here because she's left plenty of space. At this side, it needs to be closed up. And she's back to help recover the mercy caused a bit earlier. Driven inside by the ever-present Yusuf Mukarama. There's another problem with one of the players staying on the turf. Looks to be in deep pain. Latifa too. That was a strong challenge. So there we have a player coming out, Sofiane Fatimata. And we have Teresa Dahamani coming in. I was just telling you, I was a bit surprised that she didn't really start the game. Now she get the opportunity to come back and enjoy the last few minutes left in this intriguing exchange. I should have asked to go back a bit and then take the ball at the right position. And it's going to be a long throw-in. Hamida, they fails to keep the ball on the turf, rolls out. So they are now complete. Brought inside by Southern Pond. There'll be a bit of chase from Benedicta Messi Akevwa here, but the flag is already up and really saves Northern Region from that threat. That's a clever referee in there from the referees who are clearly in charge of the game. That's Messi Akiva, the lady who just came in, receiving a first touch. There's a bit of pushing there on Benedicta Ponsa. Suleimana. Here's Jabiru. It's a surging whip up front in search of Abdullah Josefa. Another lovely movement there. It's stopped by Ruhia. Takes so much time, runs out of option. Goes out wide onto the edge of the penalty area. Here comes the crossing. It's in. Oh, that's a lovely touch from Charlton White Penn who came across it. Panicking moment once again for Brong Ahafo. Oh, just passing out the tap to Abdullah Wazefa. And the connection back to Suleiman Asawa. And she was well guided. So the battle of the eights. Maria Kubila and then Namida. Will be a long drift here. Mukurama gives the ball away. There's a bit of trouble here, but it's picked up by Suleimana Zaria. And for the first time, the captain of the side having a bit erratic. Unusual of her, Yusuf Mukurama. Rashida Kasim get pulled and she goes to the ground. Oh, lovely way. Was trying to beat Maria Kubula to it. Beats her. And then she just have to find a way to start a shot. But the resultant here is that we do have a free kick. And Yusuf Mukurama will be the lady to take it. Drives it in. Is hammered away by Swafin Pond. Looks for Bolo. Not the best of touch. Elizabeth recovers. Brings it to, oh, brilliant footwork from Rashida Kasim. And once again, is Latifatu, which just run across it. A bit of sprinting. Just to stop her from running in that trot. Shibiru with a touch. Kunedu heads the ball out. Stays midway through the half of Brong Ahafo because Northern just piling on the pressure, knocking on the doors at the moment. Beautiful touch there by Hamida. And once again, the referee Hannah Drew was a bit closer. Just sticking the whistle to her mouth and she blows it. And it makes that Brong Ahafo do have the advantage. I was just reminding you that the Catch Them Young yielding so much dividend. A program that was started over 5 years ago, somewhere 2021, at the McDown Latam Park, where I saw so many young referees given the opportunity to handle games, where most of them now graduating, taking charge of Ghana Premier League matches. And Suleiman Azaria would have to just out-jump herself to just keep it out of her post. All is tipped out. 54 minutes here. Shotty White Payne delivers it. Is headed out. No, the best of textbook headers coming from the left back in Dorothy Kunedu. With the ball going the wrong way. Mokarama stopped by Abdullah Jose. Found the best of first touch. Messi Akivwa puts it behind Bolo. And then ladies in yellow recovers position. Here she is again. Goes for the challenge. That has been stopped by Latifatu. Oh, got herself into that crunchy tackle. In search of Ruhia, and she once again she's been guided by Chatty White. 15 minutes more left, quarter of an hour to go in this game, and it's still barring between Ahafo and Northern Region. Final of the Elite Under-17 Girls Schools Championship, second edition. And we get to see a new champion here delivered, but Fadila Musa just opens up her arms wide and grabs it. And once again, the flag is up. It'll be Northern Region throwing this time around from the very near side. And it'll be picked up by the left back, Rashida Kasim, who has been so quality in this side of the field. A very difficult customer to stop in her tracks. It'll be another long one in search of Ruhia. Picked by Jaberu, stopped by Maria Kubila, legs over. Oh, that's a clever play there from the skipper of the side. Latifatu, flag stays down. Here's a big run from Bolo. Hamida closes in. Bolo hangs on a bit. Back to Hamida, picked by Rashida Kasim. She's got a few options. Goes all the way back. And decides to keep it on the wing and just rolls out. Eludes Abdullah. Ruhia stays on the turf. Touch from South African Paul. Messi Akivwa with the header. Yusuf Mukarama. And you can see the frustration beginning to set in for Northern Region. Oh, find that decision from the referee a bit questionable. Absolutely have every right to complain about the decision of the referee, but whatever the referee says will be the final. So here's the challenge here. And Brong Ahafo gets the better of Northern Region in this particular duel. So these are the medals that will be going out in the next 13 minutes or so. If we do get a goal in this game. Beautiful display there. Unfortunately, the likes of Central Region will not have the opportunity to hang it around their neck, but there's a lovely delivery here picked by Suleiman Azaria. It's roasted inside in search of Messi Akivwa, picked by Bolo. That's a lovely one to play. Breaks down. There'll be a big run here, but Yusuf Mukarama there. Comes off here. There's a bit of protestation. Big chance here for Brong Ahafo. Goes direct and it's picked by Suleimana. Clever stuff, clever movement from the ladies in pink. Or the watchword for throughout this tournament is that in the last 10 minutes, we normally do get a goal, and that is where the two defensive shapes we need to be very, very careful. Rashida arrives late. The flag equally halts the movement of Brong Ahafo. Needs to be. So here was a big chance there that fell away of Brong Ahafo. Was struck by South African Paul. And just got into the arms of Suleiman Azaria. The advantage you stay with Nordin. Emotions are plenty on the turf as we itch towards the last 10 minutes of this encounter. Picked by Mary Cunedo. Lovely split, defensive split there. And Hamida runs back to deal with the menace. Maria Kubila trying to get into a groove at the moment. Comes up Benedicta. And just bounces off the turf. 16 minutes done at the Ganaman Soccer Center of Excellence. And it's the second edition of the Elite Under-17 Girls Coast Championship. With the first one being scored by Central Region. And here was the challenge there. The skipper of the side, Yusuf Mukurama, ever present to deal with it. Jaberu, that's another long whip. Trying to send it out wide, but it's been stopped. There was a bit of sprinting. And there's Abukari Elizabeth once again. Very diminutive figure, but not failing to do the simple business of keeping that area so tight. Mukurama leaves it for a goalkeeper. Abdullahi Josefa here on 2. It's 2-1. Ruhia is arriving on the far side. She slows it a bit and to get a bit of solace. Brings it out to Rashida Kasim. Not the best of it. The Venom was taken out on her way onto the path of Ruhia. "61 minutes. And 9 more minutes left. There's Rashida Kasim. And here's Abdullahi. Josefa looking for opening, finds one. But again, just backs down when it matters most. And it's the left back who fails to anticipate that pass. Elizabeth Abukari. And Dorothy Kunedo trying to fall back a bit. Because this is an important set piece to be taken. And it needs to be defended well. Drops to the ground, force for here. Suleimana will try to have a touch. And it just pours out for another corner kick. So Northern Region piling on the pressure in this closing stages of the second half. 63 minutes done. With 7 minutes more to go. I know if we fail to find a winner, within normal time, we'd have to head for the spot to separate the two teams. Delivered across here. Comes up. Oh my goodness, there's a managed to pick it up. Fadila Musa. Ever present. You just need to go to the ground to mop up that one. Abukari. Yes, you see, finds Rashida. Hamani. And ball currently out. Having a bit impactful since coming on in place of Sofiane Fatimata. Ball will be taken out, and it will be the turn of Northern Region to at least step further up the field to take this throw in. Force around the D. Abdullah was there for another touch. It's hammered away by Dorothy. Bolo here, looking for the run of Messi Akivwa. Picked by Hamida. Looking for a bit of opening. Finds one at the far side. Stays in midfield. Picks Abdullah Wazaifa. There's a bit of opening there for Suleiman Asawa, who's just trying to make a bit of space. But the delivery comes here. Finds the chest of Rohia. Tries to go past there. And she's been a bit wasteful up front in the last 65 minutes. Not really being herself. Maybe the pressure of playing at the final is just getting to the leading the line for them. Rohia get into that tussle. And out there it goes. 65 minutes, 5 minutes left. And we get to settle the beef right the spot if it stays this way. We're also officially left with 240 seconds on the clock. And it's another bit of concern for Northern Region because Rashida Kasim is just a bit helpless. Up on a fit. Bolo be asked to step back a bit. Maybe a long drive from the left back. First to nobody in particular. As Fadila meets the ball halfway in a penalty area. Have just been red hot alert. You see Mukarama with a long drive in search of Suleimana. Cools it, brings it into the middle for Hamida to pick. Rolls it out wide. Ruhia trying to arrive. Chatterwhite Pen trying to guide the ball out. Yes, he emerges victorious with that challenge. Oh, looks like we might just be heading for the penalty here. And it's been laced with so much emotions. You cannot tell who is going to win, but Brong Ahafo do have a perfect record of taking the penalty spot. When they scored all their three against Central Region, who equally failed to find the back of the nets on those three attempts. They were proving to be very crucial yesterday when they needed it most. That's Abdullah Jose finding your shots. 2 goals in this tournament. Looking for a third, which is not really coming. It's driven across through here. Misses it. Finds the Hamani. Stays around the D. Picked up by Jabiru. Big chance here. Oh my goodness. Just flashed the ball wide. That's another scary moment for Brong Ahafo. Just leaving their door ajar there. In plenty of space there. What a big mistake from South African Paul. And in the crowd of pink shirts, he just lets the ball that sailed wide off the mark. Almost 69 minutes, just 1 minute left. And we get to see the time that will be added on. Picked up by Hamida. And it's cleared. Find Messi Akivwa here. Just steps away from Mary Akuma, the skipper of the side, who will be hoping to get a hands to the converted trophy. But first, they will need to do the business of winning it. Chaperu in search of the Hamani. And comfortably walking, Chatterwhite Pen. In cruise control. A few seconds. And at this juncture, the center referee together with the observing crew will be taking a look at their watch. Chate to take it. Shabiru wins it. So we're doing 2 minutes of additional time. If it stays this way, then it means that we'll be heading for the penalty. Sawafimpo, not the best of touch. Yusuf Mukurama. Bolo takes so much time, leaves it for Latifa. Brings in field, Maria Kubila. Rashida Kasim getting herself into the challenge. That's rather Dahamina. Shabiru. Ball spread into midfield. Suleimana. Running from Huzaifa, goes to the ground. And that will be a free kick. Free kick for Northern Region. Halfway through the territory of Brong Ahafo. As the clock winds down on this final. Suleiman Asawa to take it. There'll be a long drive there and straight into the arms of Fadila Musa. Oh, comfortably picks it up without any struggles. Here's a bit of trouble here. And Messi Akivwa just laced out of a path. What a game we're having here. And guess who went all the way back? They say Abukari Elizabeth. Ball, that's an awkward hit. Ruhia picks it. Very lackadaisical into this game. Well, the 2 minutes of added time is up. And any moment from now, the referee will take a look. And that certainly concludes it. We head to the penalty spot to separate these two teams that have been closely knitted together in the last 70 minutes. What a game we've seen. And nobody have dominion. That's Maria Kubila and Yusuf Mukurama. Currently trying to know where they'll be taking the penalty from, whether from the right or from the left. And she will prefer, looks like Maria Kubila prefers the right hand side. Yusuf Mukurama thinks that is fair enough. This was the corner kick that they thought they got into the lead there, but it was rescued by Fadila Musa, who had to go down quickly to salvage the situation for Brong Ahafo. And so we just getting ready for the penalty with the two teams back onto the turf. And the referee is equally expecting that the nets are in a good condition for this penalty shootout. So Hannah Draw, once again taking center stage in his penalty shootout. And equally explaining one or two stuff to the referees, the rules of the engagement. Asking them to stay on the line and not to move before the penalties are taken. Well, the big question is who is taking it first? And then to be Brong Ahafo to take these penalty kicks first. And it's the lady in the first set for them to take it. Kumfa Sandra. With so much responsibility. And we're hoping to start it well for her side. And she's coming for it. Plays for Jabba Ladies. And Sunyani can't just score. She goes and it's saved by Suleiman Azaria. The first post kick saved. Brilliant goalkeeping there from the Northern Region shot stopper. Read it and she saved the situation. Well, look at it again. Hits it onto the left-hand side. And she makes that important intervention and gives the side the needed advantage. It's not a turn of Mohamed Hamida. Hamida against Fadila. Can she score? Oh, that's a poor one there taken by Mohamed Hamida. And it's cancelled out. Oh, that's a poor penalty taken there. Where the two goalkeepers currently being the heroine. But here she would have to score. That's Chati Waipen. It's a 10 there. Centre back. And she will have the huge responsibility of trying to break the shell of Suleiman Azaria by the penalty spot. Just 12 meters inside the D. What goes back? Can she score? Oh, Ross sitting onto the far side. Well taking penalty. So Brong will have the lead. And now be the turn of Northern Region to take it. And it's Shaberu Sureya for Northern Region. The midfielder to have a 10. Shaberu to take it. Step back against Fadila Musa. Hit it in. Put it straight into the middle of the net. And Northern are back in this penalty shootout. Here will be Dorothy Kunedu to have a 10. And you can see the players enjoying themselves together with the Black Princesses team as we get ready to see Dorothy Kunedu of Jabba Ladies. Dorothy, oh, stepped there by Suleiman Azaria. And a lot is happening there. Most of the team celebrating the gains of Northern Region. Look at the movement again. Just has to stretch. Well, now we have Northern to take it. This will be Yakubu. Yakubu, and it's stopped by Musa Fadila. We're in for marathon of penalties here in this final. Marathon of penalties. So it's 2 loss. Well taken there, but again, crazy stuff there from the goalkeeper. Just stretching herself to at least get the better of the taker, Yakubu. And this will be the 10 of the captain, the lady, who'll be hoping to get hold of the converted trophy. But first of all, she would have to hit it past Suleiman Azaria from the penalty spot. The midfielder. Can the captain fantastic score? Captain fantastic! And she puts Ahafo back in lead. Oh, just look at it. Calmly. She has this aid for the upper top left corner. Sulemana saw the direction, but the power on the ball and the bend on it is just too much for her to get her hands around. Oh, this is Mohammed Ruhia. And needs to keep their dreams of Northern Region alive. Fight the spot. Ruhia! Oh, that's a poor penalty taken there. And it's Fadela Musa once again who comes to the rescue. So here, and you can see the goalkeeper is out injured. Lawrence Azul is celebrating the gains of its side. Always Musa Fadila to take it. Hoping she will not be a villain after those wonderful saves. Fadila Methodist when she goes in and she scores. But we're not done yet. Oh, certainly ends it there. Brong Ahafo wins this one via the penalty spot. And a celebration goal for Brong Ahafo. Here was the decider, that kick. Oh, just roasted to the far side. And this was the celebration, the moment they just have to celebrate the gains of this particular game. And the goalkeeper is being carried on the back. And it's heartbreak for Northern Region. And you can see the heartbreak, but there'll be
MVP for this particular game goes to number 2 of Northern Region, Abubakar Elizabeth. Abubakar Elizabeth. Fantastic display. And this is the part of the game that I love so much. When the two teams come together to show solidarity and togetherness. This is what FIFA is seeking from every competition. And all too soon, it is the end of the whole competition. And like I said, Coach Rita Domina consistently has been to the finals, and at long last it has
So we're getting ready for the award ceremony here, and we have our dignitaries taken to the pitch, and they are led by Honorable Abu Salam, the chairman for the National Juvenile Program by the Ghana Football Association, and his company as Professor Minter, and also the Black Stars goalkeepers trainer, and even the National Under 20 head coach. As they walk onto the podium, and the teams have been qualified, so we had 11 teams participating in this year's edition of the Elite Under 17 Girls Schools Championship. And you can see that they have just paraded. So we saw Upper West, Upper East, and a certificate will be given to the various regions for taking part in this year's competition. Just for the mere fact that they've been present at this year's second edition, they get to walk away with a certificate at least. They'll be handed over to the leaders of the various regions. And you get to enjoy some of these teams in the last games that we've played. So 60 goals across 5 days.
We have Central Region. Central Region.
Yeah, I didn't follow it back.
Captain of Central Region.
Maybe no,
Central Region.
I didn't check unless I'm done. I didn't really check the. It should be 2-1. Hey, some, but confirm from there.
Western Region.
So it's the turn of Central Region to take it.
Western Region. Let's go. Prepare for us, Volta.
Yeah.
Prepare for us, Volta Region. Be on standby. Yes, that is Western Region.
Also, Western Region is currently having it. It will be followed by Volta Region. Just for the mere fact that they participated in this tournament.
Stand by, Upper West.
Are they giving it?
Ashanti Region. Stand by, Upper East. Stand by, Upper East.
Also, here is the Eastern Region's own being picked back by Franklina Onyina. And we get to have Upper West currently on the podium. Just going past the dignitaries and receiving her certificate for on behalf of the region. So get to see Upper East, I beg your pardon, currently on the podium as well. Okay, so receiving this one from the hands of the assistant, Blasters goalkeeper trainer, Fatal Dauda. So Easton, as they attend to match up onto the podium. Oh, they've done so well for themselves in this tournament. Scored 7 goals in this competition. But unfortunately, it was just not enough for them to win the ultimate and even get into the final. Here's the 10 of the Elite Academy, Bo Gatanga. Well, they came in one of the youngest squad in this tournament. And lots of discovery in that Elite Academy side, the likes of Joyce Awani and Faustina Atimweni. And here is the 10 of Northern Region, who a few seconds ago were heartbroken via the penalty spot. And that's their skipper, Yusuf Mukarama. I'll get to shake the hand of the Black Princess head coach and even the Black Stars goalkeeper trainer. And here is Brong Ahafo, the skipper of the side, Maria Kobila. I tend to take it on behalf of a region.
You can see from her smiles. Last year by this time, they were all
Last year it was Central Region that were smiling on the podium. But this time around we get to see a new face. For this great attacker led by Venunya Aglebe here receiving it on behalf of a region, the hosting region.
Congratulations to all the regions for exceptional performances. We are grateful. Now let's move to the catch them young referees.
Now it's now time to equally have the referees who have been so good this year's tournament. Ensuring that we have smooth officiating. Catch them young policy definitely yielding so much dividends. And they get to also come on the podium to receive it on behalf of the officiating crew that were pulled from the various regions, with Easton representing, Volta, Central, Easton, Upper East, all of them picked out by the department in charge of refereeing. And that's Antier, Julian Antier, receiving it on behalf of a group. So we get to see Joyce Eshen take a 10 from Western Region. Was one of the assistant officials yesterday. And get to post just around Prof. Minta. So the 10 of Abeta Jo to mount to the podium. And here she is, just going past the dignitaries. And you can see that's an infectious smile. So the 10 of Mary, Bedua Kosa, all of them being served with a sort of certificate, at least to reminisce this moment. When they look back to it, and then they know that they partook at the Elite Under 17 Girls Coach Championship that happened at the Ghana Man Soccer Center of Excellence in Pram Pram. So we got to see one of the center referees again, Joe Jabba. That's Wasilatu Ibrahim currently on your screens, posing for the camera as well. That's Joel Jabba. And here she is on your screens. She equally get her certificate. Oh, it's not a 10 of Christiana Agbelenyo. Unless to have a 10. Have been very wonderful throughout the tournament as a center referee. And we're aiming for the highest place in terms of officiating. Unless it's the dream of every young girl to officiate at the FIFA World Cup finals. And we get to see another center referee, Beta Mwako. Also a very wonderful referee. Have done magnificently well throughout the competition. So here's the turn of Cynthia Asandem. So you now have a own. You can see the medal hanged around her neck. So we have Angela Lobu currently also just going closer to the podium, and there she's on it to equally receive. So it's a turn of Sama Idi to also have it. Then we have Sama Idi. It's now a 10. Was one of the assistant referees.
Fantastic performance.
Then we have the center referee for today's game from Brong, Ahafo, Hannah Odro. Also distinguished itself throughout the entire competition. Then we have Mabel Temo Lebe. And it is her turn now. So it's Mabel's turn. Mabel Timo Lebe, who is here to receive her own. Then we have Sufaya Zuma. Her turn now to receive it. Her medal and her certificate. Then we'll also get to see the face of Princess in Cancer when she mounts to the podium.
I hope I have my
And
instructors behind there.
we also get to award the reference instructors for such a marvelous job done.
Now, Belinda Achedu.
But there'll be a Belinda Ajedu before we head for the instructing team. Just posing in between the chairman of the National Juvenile Committee.
Angela Chako.
And we get to see voter readings. Angela Chakpo also goes for her medal and then a certificate. There she is in your shot. So one of the officials in charge of today's game, Annabelle Bradwood, in her turn to now receive the medal. And there she poses. So that's Nasifat Dachibili to take a 10. From the Upper East. Yeah, receive it from one of Ghana's finest showstoppers, Fatal Dauda. And it's now time for the goal queen, the lady who has got the hot boots in this tournament. And certainly it's going to be Becca Ngozi Wadibia of Ashanti region. 5 goals in this tournament. Goal quartet against Upper West. And just tells you very, very, very exciting. Showstopper. And there she is in your shots. This time around, it will not be picked out by her skipper, Franklin Onyina, but rather goes to the lady who did so well in this tournament.
Great. Now to the overall best player.
Now we got to say the most valuable player. of this year's Elite Under 17 Girls Coach Championship. And there we and goes to Brong Ahafo's center back, Chatty Pen. What a performance throughout this tournament. Well deserved. And definitely will be on the scouting list of the national under 17 and even the national under 20. The Black Princesses, as they look to bolster their squad for the assignment in Poland somewhere in September.
The medical team, kindly, medical team.
So this is Chatty Pen. I've been running throughout the channel. And get huge applause from her colleagues. So there's a 10 of the medical team. What very hard working throughout this competition. I've been running on and off the field in an attempt to ensure that our players are in that perfect shape to enjoy this tournament.
This team has done a yeoman's job, handling all medical conditions here perfectly. Ladies and gentlemen,
And then they will have to go in between the dignitaries for at least the picture, one or two picture, at least for a frame. We'll be getting ready to see the trophy very soon.
now help me as I announce the best 11 for this particular.
Now time to have the best 11
And then you move
for this year's Elite Under 17.
from the goalkeeper side
And of course, you do know that
from our squad
Larissa Azule definitely will be the
formation
goalkeeper of the tournament.
of 3-4-3.
And you want to see
I'm going to announce them
Chatty Pen. Definitely she'll be making
from the goalkeeper
a breakthrough into that particular squad. Of course, Becca Ngozi of Ashanti region definitely will also be in the tournament 11.
Please be fast.
So that'll be Larissa Azule once again.
They are playing
And they go for a 3-back. Of
this year in Tasu Eastern region,
plays for Lokisha Tosu, one of the centre backs.
and they are playing Dorcas Akpo,
Plays Dorcas Akpo. What a defender she's been, Dorcas Akpo.
Rock of Gibraltar, Center,
And they,
Mukarama,
and they also get to play
Queen of North
Yusuf Mukarama, the skipper for Northern Region.
back three. Then
That's a quality back three.
midfield, we have
In midfield, they have some exciting names.
Hamida, Northern region,
We have Mohamed Hamida of Northern in the middle.
Salamatu, Mahmoud, Greater Accra
We have Salamatu Mahmoud of Greater Accra, also
Please don't
in that prestigious list.
all of you will be there to take a picture with our honorable dignitaries. So please stay back.
Then there's certainly one left.
And they are playing two wing backs.
Then we've got two wing backs of
Northern region,
they play Rashida Kasim
and then Chape Waiping,
and
wing back.
also play Chatty Pen. Once again heading for the podium.
The forwards. Rosmond Educhum
They plays Rosemont Educhum
from Central Region.
of Central Region. Get a breakthrough into this.
Becca Ingozi Nwadibi,
Also get another one for Becca
right from the right.
of Ashanti Region also breaks in.
Down top will be Franklina Onyina.
And Franklin Onyina also get opportunity to be part of,
Ashanti region.
happens to be part of this
That is
illustrious list.
the team for the competition. Great work. You line up and take a picture.
They'll be leading the line. They'll be standing in front of the dignitaries.
You can sit in front exactly, quickly. Aha. Please come forward. Aha, sit down nicely.
And then they'll take a picture with the dignitaries. Also, you do know that we're just about wrapping the curtains on this year's edition of the late Under 17 Girls Coast Championship. What a tournament it's been. So much drama, so much scintillating moment. Now time to have Northern Region. Northern Region, what a competition they've had. And you can see their faces. They're not just happy, but a bit sad. Not the kind of result they were expecting. But at least it is what they've played for. As they try to come for a Northern Region. Match day 1 bit Elite by goal to nil. Match day 2 bit Upper West Region by 5 goals to nil. Match day 3 bit Asante by goal to nil. And then match day 4 settled for a stalemate against Eastern Region and were beaten on penalties. And match day 5 beat Volta by 2 goals to nil. Unfortunately, took that game into penalty shootout, but from the shootout, it's been a bit of disappointing. And so the 10 of Rashida Kasim, Mohamed Ruhia, and Abukari Elizabeth. That's Hamida. That's Sofian Fatimata. And they have their head coach, Abdullah Deko, to take his medal. And then we have the rest of the technical team there.
Last year, Central Region took it away from Brong, Ahafo.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in a jiffy, we'll get to see the champions of this year's edition.
Next year, watch out for Northern Region. They come like a wounded lion. Great.
Scored just 5 goals in this competition.
Before the champions come,
Also, so that's a trophy that will be handed over to Brong Ahafo. And so she coordinated every activity. Barbara Yanka coordinated this Elite Under 17 Girls Championship.
Great achievement and the work she does here at the Ghana Center of Excellence. Great job.
So this is the woman in charge of this particular place, Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. And we get to have Mr. Maswasa Heme, head of competition at the Ghana Football Association. And also we do have the Manager in charge of safeguarding.
Safeguarding. Great.
Let's to take her on.
And our final member will go to Godfred competition. So let him take the pictures after we do the presentation for him. Please let's put us together and welcome the champions 2026. Brong Ahafo.
Well, it is the time you've been waiting for. The moment is here. And of this year's edition, well deserved. Kept a perfect record throughout this competition. And they head back to Sonyani with so much pride and with so much confidence. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after the trophy presentation, the next signal is that we're just about wrapping up from the commentary booth here, where we brought you very exciting commentary from this year's edition of the Elites and the 17 Girls Coach Championship.